Hello and what is up, guys? So the Cyber Ghost here, and you are welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we'll be checking out Need for Speed Unbound, guys, the game with a lot of backlashes and a lot of critics on launch day. So today we're going to be diving in and see how bad this game actually is, if it was bad, that is. So before we do that, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and also turn on notifications for more videos, guys. Okay guys, so let's dive into the gameplay aspect of Need for Speed Unbound. And for the gameplay aspect, there has been a major change in the game, which is the analog paddles. The analog paddles changed the driving of the game. In Need for Speed Heat, you didn't need to do much of throttle control in order to keep your car from not sliding away on high speeds. But in Need for Speed Unbound, you really have to learn how to use your throttle control in order to keep your car in balance when you are on high speeds, because you are going to slide off the road, guys. And also that has taken away the option to customize brakes in the game, because the brake is an analog brake right now, so you have to decide when to squeeze too much or when to squeeze a bit to lower the power of your car in order to enter a drift or to just keep your car in control. So that makes the driving a bit different from the previous game, that is Need for Speed Heat. We didn't have any analog triggers because it was also on the PS4. So the PS4 didn't have the dual sense features and haptics. So yeah, guys, throttle control is actually a thing in Need for Speed right now. And to add to that, Need for Speed Unbound has added a wider customization that allows you to actually adjust the grip situation of the car to make it either very grippy or very drifty or neutral, that can do both. So with this, back in Need for Speed Heat, you didn't have the option to actually change this, because these things actually came with the cars. All you can change was the steering sensitivity that can help you to make your steering better, but you couldn't actually change the grip of the cars. If you wanted to change the grip, I think the only thing you could do in Heat to change the grip of your cars was to change the tires. That's the only thing that changed at the grip. But right now you can actually change the full grip of the car and also change the tires to match with it. That makes it much more better to customize your car. So if you're sliding off the road a lot when you started playing the game, don't panic. It's actually part of the game. I was expressing the whole thing before I got to know that it was the analog pedal situation. So you have to learn how to do throttle controls in corners and all that. So that helps a lot, and you can change the settings of every car to suit how you drive them and how it grips on the road for you, how it turns and everything. So you can set up everything in the customization section of every single car. I think that is a really big step in the customization for Need for Speed Unbound. Or maybe the Need for Speed games, that is. Yes, guys, so that is what has changed in the gameplay. So it kind of makes the gameplay feels kind of odd, since it's a Need for Speed game and it has been arcade since the time it has been out there. I've played a lot of Need for Speed games. I've not played all of the Need for Speed games, but I've played a lot. The ones that I've played didn't have this feature in there. So now that this feature has been introduced in Need for Speed games, I think we are kind of moving up to the further direction right now with Need for Speed games, I think. We are waiting for only the interior driving camera, which I know they are going to put in there, guys. Yes, so moving on, guys, customization wise, I think this is a big step up for the Need for Speed games. This game has a very wide range of customization. The customization is actually insane, guys. It has a good customization parts and all that for the other cars. For cars that didn't used to be customization in Heat, right now you can customize them. An example for a car I couldn't customize in Need for Speed Heat that I could customize now is the Lamborghini Huracan Performante, guys. That car is one of my favorite cars in the Need for Speed games, guys. It's a very good car. I love it a lot, even though it's not the fastest in the games always. It's a very nice car and I do enjoy using it. Back in Need for Speed Heat, you cannot customize this bad boy, but right now you can add wide bodies and you can customize it and make it look even more spicier, guys. So the customization has a lot in there. I didn't know that they are going to make it this crazy, but yeah, this customization actually rules. And also, guys, just look at this GTR right here, guys. Yes, that is some crazy exhaust spikes. I love the customization of the game. So regardless of what people say about the game being a bad game and all, guys, this game has some nice parts to it. That is what I've been talking about. But I want to dive in a bit to the parts that I didn't like about the game, and that is the story mode, guys. The story mode, the whole story mode is actually good, but I think it was kind of feeling like a Need for Speed Payback story. Then it kind of switched up at the end. So that was kind of a twist that I wasn't expecting, but it was cool to not knowing that we have kind of the same story going on. So that was actually something I did like, that the story kind of switched up and it wasn't the same as the Payback story. That is a good thing. And apart from that, guys, the story being a good thing, I didn't like the character models, guys. The character models. The character models of the games, they should have stuck with the normal character models we had in video games. That would have made this game a lot better, guys. The cartoonish look, I'm not a big fan of it. Although I'm a big fan of anime, I do watch anime here a lot, but I don't like this character model. I think it was a bad decision to go with this one. This is what kind of ruined the game for me. And also the driving effects with those animations. God, they are just all over the place if you have them equipped. And guys, they added an option to take off the driving effects. Yes. So as for the driving effects, I don't like it that I think it was an update that came over the years later to change that you can actually switch up the effects to normal, and that is very good. But what I didn't like is that they didn't add an option for you to turn it off for all your cars, but you would have to turn it off for every single car that you change, guys. That is kind of annoying sometimes, because sometimes I pick up a new car and I forgot to turn off the driving effects, and I really hate it with passion, guys. I don't like the driving effects at all. So when I pick up a new car and I customize it up and I build it and I take it on the road, I want to feel the car, like actually drive a car and not see those cartoonish things. So if I forget to take it off and I just get on the road and the cartoonish things that come up to the car, I just feel like my car is ruined. Like I didn't want to see those things on it. So I have to go back to the garage and change it up, turn off the effects, and have the normal gameplay going. So yeah, guys, that is also something I think they should have added, to turn off the effect for all cars. They shouldn't have added the normal effects in there as one of the effects in the game. It should have been an option to just turn off driving effects for all cars or something like that. Yes, guys. So with that said, the game has great customization, great gameplay. The drift system is also very good. I just noticed that the drift system got patched just recently in their last updates. I think the game hasn't been updated in a while, but yes, the game feels great. Hasn't crashed since I started playing or anything like that. No lags. Moving on, guys, there's also something about the racing in the game, guys. Immediately you start a race in the game, your opponents start talking like they are sitting right beside you in your car. Like it's kind of weird sometimes. So like anytime you start the game, you feel like your opponent are sitting right beside you. Like they start talking, they'll be like, I love racing and all that kind of stuff. Like it kind of feels weird, because the other Need for Speed games, I don't know, they kind of have that, and it kind of makes the game feels a lot like it feels like there's a lot going on in the game. But sometimes the dialogues are kind of funny, so I kind of think of that and I just let it pass. But I wish I really didn't have that. And also there are a lot of annoying calls whenever you get out of the garage. Like anytime you get out, there'll be a call and Tess will be like, hey Speedy, she's gonna say a lot of things that you guys should listen to, and maybe sometimes you get a cool mission to do, which I really like. That's the delivery missions. Delivery missions aren't really bad to do, but the calls are kind of annoying all the time. but don't worry, you can turn that off too in the game. And also the game has a really bad choice with the music. The game has bad music in there, a lot of bad music, guys. I don't know what's going on with the music in this game, but normally for me, I don't use music in racing games because I always want to listen to the engines of the gameplay, listen to the car sounds. So I don't turn on music in the games, but there are some games that I did turn on music. Even in Need for Speed Heat, I used to turn on the music for some time before I actually turned it off for videos, because it did have some bangers in there with Need for Speed Heat. I did remember there were even some tracks from Burna Boy and all that. Is an African that I have from Ghana, and I listen to a lot of Burna Boy tracks and all that. Like, he's kind of my idol. So when I heard this track in the game, I was like whole hyped and all. So whenever that tracks comes up, I feel good in the game. Like, I feel like cruising and all that. Like, it's great. Like, it has some kind of memory to it, but not with Need for Speed Unbound. Like, all the tracks are just off. Like, they feel like this track shouldn't be in the game. There are a few that are okay, but the bad ones are just too much. So I think this music, the music in the game was really bad, and I don't know if there could be an update to change it or do something about it. And I know that people on PC can actually do something about it, change the music in the game and all that. And by I actually use Spotify anytime I'm playing the game. So if I want to listen to music while playing the game, I just use Spotify, select my own playlist, and I just turn off the music in the game if I want to do that. But if you want to enjoy the game without music too, it is very good. You can turn down the music volume in the settings of the game, and you can actually enjoy the pure sound of the engines in the game. I also do that a lot. It feels good, makes the game feels very downsided, like makes it feel very real and all that. Like, you see what's going on in the game. Yeah, it can make the game feel good. And with that, and you also turn off the driving effects, the game is very good, guys. Yes, and also with the story dialogues, there were also some funny things going on in there. I did like uh when Tess literally can't stop saying the word bro. And I find that so funny, guys. She can go on saying bro like about 5 times in a row, and it's so funny. I know that some people are going to find that kind of annoying, but I kind of like Tess. Tess is like my star character in the story mode, guys. I really like Tess in the story mode. Yeah, so guys, that is it about the story mode. The story mode was okay. The twist was good. Everything was good about the story mode, except for the character models, which I didn't like, guys. Alright, guys, so moving on, there's something I've been looking for in this game that I haven't seen yet. I don't know if it's in there and I've not found it, or maybe it wasn't just added to this game, and that is the fast travel, guys. Yes, I know that this is a racing game, it's a driving game, so you can get to drive fast cars where you can move around across the map very quickly and all that. But guys, fast travel has been in the previous Need for Speed games, so I don't know why fast travel wasn't included in Need for Speed Unbound, guys. And it's not like fast travel is not a useful thing in the game. Fast travel is very useful because it saves time when you want to grind out stuff in the game, like money, rep, or anything like that. Fast travel really helped me a lot when I was playing NFS Heat and I had to do the 1 million grind, or maybe I had to do the night racing grind and all that. I use fast travel to fast travel, like get close to a race so that I can drive there and make it a bit shorter to save time. Sometimes to real world, we also have duties, so we can't spend all that time playing the video game. So fast travel in the video game is very useful, guys. And since I can't find one in this game, I spent a lot of time driving around just to get to one race. Like, I have to drive across the whole map to get to a race that is the end of the map or something. Like, it's crazy, guys. We need fast travel. At least we have the multiple garages around, so when you don't have cops on your tail, you have to be able to fast travel to a garage or something. Yes, but that is not an option in this game. I don't know what's happening. Like, I've tried it out. I don't know if I didn't find the option or something, or maybe there's a different way that fast travel works. If that is it, please can somebody let me know in the comment section. But I've been looking for the fast travel in the game and I'm not getting it. But I wish this game really had the fast travel, because that also helps a lot. And also, guys, moving on about the game mechanics, let's dive into the story progression. The story progression is a very different one from the previous Need for Speed games. The previous Need for Speed games had a very different style of progression, which I think were a bit similar, except for Need for Speed Most Wanted. I think Need for Speed Most Wanted, I think you don't need to buy cars or something like that. You just see a car around and you can just switch and use that car or something. I think that game had a different progression there. But with this Need for Speed, the progression is a bit different, and I think it's kind of good for the story mode, because it's kind of makes the story mode a bit longer, because I think NFS Heat has had a very short story mode. But with the way this progression has been made in this game, it has made the progression a bit longer, like making you want to grind the game a bit more. So with the story mode, if you're taking your time to grind it out to complete the whole story, I think it's going to take you about 24 hours. So that's like a full day if you would have the time to do that. I don't think you have the time to do that. I completed the game within a week, that is. So I just spread it across the weeks. So it's a very short story, though it's a short story, but it's better than before, because it's longer than the story from Need for Speed Heat. But with the progression, it makes it a bit longer. So even if you don't pay attention to what's going on in the story, you feel like the story has taken a longer time to complete than the previous game. So with the story progression, this one you unlock between the days of the week, that is Monday to Sunday. Yes, so you start to grind out the weeks from morning to evening, and if you want to grind out a single race, that is a single race to get money, maybe you grinded this race and this race was good for money, don't think you are going to get the chance to grind on that race, because every day there's a new race, there's a new activity going on. So every day the activities that you meet on the map changes up. So maybe on Monday you had a sprint race on the S rank. The next day you're going to have maybe a sprint race on B rank. And also coming to the rankings, guys, that is for the cars. The cars are now split into classes. I'm not really a fan of this style of the progression, but it is also what makes the progression a bit longer. The cars are split into classes, so you cannot use an overpowered car in any race. It's not like NFS Heat, where you'll be getting the requirement to maybe get a car that is 320, then you can get up to 335 or maybe 340. Then maybe you win the race very easily. That doesn't happen here. When you get your car in maybe a B rank car, you have to upgrade it to a level that's caps at the B rank. If you upgrade it too much, you're going to exceed the B rank and you cannot use that car. So you have to upgrade it to a level that will be capped at the B rank level to be able to use that car in B rank races. And when you do that, you have to make sure that you selected the right car, because the upgrade is capped. So if that car is not good for racing in that rank, there's nothing you can do about it than to change the car, or maybe do an engine swap or something, because right now the customization is fast for you to do whatever you want with your car. So yeah, that's also can help you. Yes, so that is it for the classes. And for the story progression too, there are a lot of free cars in there. You can get a lot of free cars from doing events, so you have to watch out for that. And also watch out for the deliveries and the drive by to the safe houses, because that is what's going to unlock the safe houses for you. At the time you get a mission to drive to a safe house, you have to get that done and unlock the safe houses. The story mode is, I would say, very, very engaging, but you really have to pay attention to the dialogue, because some of the dialogues don't appear in the cutscenes. They kind of appear when you are driving around. You remember those annoying calls I was talking about? Yes, That is where you get those calls that sometimes you get a cringy conversation, sometimes you get a funny conversation, sometimes you get, yeah, that's how it goes. And you get your delivery missions and all that you complete. Yes, guys. So that is it for the story progression. The big change is kind of good and not sometimes not kind of rewarding because of the classes they give to the cars, but it kind of makes it uh, makes in a way that you race fairly. Yeah, I see. Like you race fairly, you don't exceed the normal requirements for any race. Like it's kind of good to cap out or things like that to make it a bit more challenging. Yes, that is very good. And also about the gameplay, the cops have been really, really nerfed, guys. The cops have been nerfed. NFS Heat cops will bust you in a heartbeat, but with this NFS, the cops are really, really not that aggressive. I'll say they kind of get aggressive when you are on intense mode, but it's not really kind of aggressive like how they get in Need for Speed Heat. And also, where is the Rhino in this game, guys? I don't see the Rhino. All I see is a heavy F-150 and some race cars, some Corvettes and some Dodge Chargers around. Where is the Rhino, guys? The Rhino is what gets you. The Rhino will wreck you. Like, we need the Rhino back. These guys they don't do damage. Like sometimes when you get a fast car, that is it. You get a fast car and put an auxiliary on it, you are gone, guys. The police have no say. They can't get you. Like it gets so easy. But in NFS Heat, you are still at the mercy of the cops. And also with the repairs right now they are capped with just time. After 3 minutes you can repair your car and it doesn't run out, so you can have a run-in with the cops like forever and just keep making money. It's so easy. Like come on, NFS, at least give us the Rhino. Let's know that they have that to block us out of the way sometimes, because that heavy and interceptor thing is not doing it for me. And also the only thing I like about the cops is what they say on the radio. It's so funny. Sometimes it's so funny. I just listen to them, I'll be like, this cops really has a mouth on it. I'm just imagining who gave the cops those lines. Like it's so funny sometimes. Big ups to them. Big shout outs to Need for Speed for making this great game. Like Need for Speed, I think this game is really good, but they should have checked out. Criterion should have checked out the story mode and how to put out the character models and also the driving effects. Like they should have been maybe like something that you can buy in the game as you progress or something like that. Maybe something you can get in a pass or something like that would have been great than making it a big part of the game like that. Yes, and making the actual driving effects normal, like a normal effect. See, like that should have been the biggest effect, and the other driving effect should have been the one you should be buying like optional. Because when I went on online mode, I didn't see anyone with driving effects on. Like nobody likes that. Like it's crazy. So the driving effects and the character models and the game would have been a perfect game. And also the music. Then those things are just putting this game down. But other than that, guys, this game is a straight game. It's a good racing game, and I'm also shocked with how the community is so alive. So if you are on this game, I'm still online, I'm still playing, and I'll be live very soon, guys. I'll be putting out the notification when I go live so that you can join me. We can do cruises, we can do racing, we can do drags, anything you want to do, guys. I'll be online and I'll be cruising at this game, and I'll be checking out this game, and I'll be experiencing more stuffs, and I'll be putting out more tutorials for you guys. So don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and also turn on notifications for more videos, guys. Peace.